Y'all, it is getting chilly outside. Like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know what state y'all live in. But where I live, it's starting to get cold, baby. And when it get cold, I be wanting to be in the house. Hello, everyone. If you are new here, my name is Shaneria. Today, we have a reaction video on this channel. We do reactions, and a lot of times I talk about crime. Today is a reaction video. If you are returning, hello, let's get started and let's sip some of this tea. So let's get started on today's reaction video.
The story you all been waiting for. If this your first time seeing me on your page, how you doing? I'm Shay Love. Okay, today I'm gonna be doing story time, y'all. I have the enough strength to do this story time. I'm gonna do story time on how my daughter daddy unalived her. Okay, back in 2018, I got hired at this job. And he was working at the job, y'all. We started getting cool with each other. You know, we used to talk at work, play around at work, you know, like that. So yeah, we exchanged numbers. We started texting each other every day, sending each other pictures. You know, as I get good morning, I wake up, I have like good morning texts. We asking each other how's our day going and stuff like that. You know, normal shit when you meet people. So y'all, like y'all, I met him at my job. We just kicking it or whatever the case may be. So I began to start liking him. Like, I liked him, he liked me. So we started kicking it more and like heavy. Even after work, he would come over my house. Now, mind y'all, this. So during the times that we kicking it, he stated he was single. He stated he had kids. He stayed with his family or whatever the case may be. Family meaning mom and stuff like that. Y'all, boom. So mind y'all, I got my own place. So when we used to chill, he used to come over my house. So we chilling. At that time, I had a son. My son was 5 years old, y'all. I only had one kid. My son was 5 years old. So we began to kick it more and more and more. Mind y'all, he would come to my house some days, and some days he would not come to my house. Meaning, Monday he might come, and I might not, and he leave Tuesday morning, and then I might not see him no more till Saturday or Sunday. But me being single and his vibe,
you have to really be careful with that. Cause like, I know y'all wasn't dating or anything, but sometimes you just gotta sit there and be like, damn, if he live with his mama, is he that busy? But we work together. Like, obviously you're not that busy that it be days before I see you. Like, you gotta add that up.
and his vibes, y'all, oh my god, like, yes, I was stupid. I was chilling with him, like vibing with him. I loved the vibes, cause like, we wasn't in no relationship. So it was like, okay, you just vibing for the moment, you doing your little shit. Yeah, it's for the moment, y'all. Like, at that time, I was very young. He was way much more older than me. At that time, I was very young. So, as we began to chill more and more and more, like months passed by, y'all. Mind y'all, he not my man. He did not stay with me. So, he used to come and go, like, come and go type shit. So, y'all, 3 months later. Yeah, it was 3 months later, y'all. I got pregnant. 3 months later, I got pregnant. Stay tuned for part 2. Hey, y'all. So, yeah, I'm back with part 2 or whatever the case may be. Y'all bear with me. I'm not good at telling stories, and this is my first time doing story time. So, y'all bear with me. I know y'all probably like, girl, just tell a story, but I know. So, y'all end up getting pregnant or whatever the case may be 3 months later, right? So I did tell him I was pregnant, you know, like, we was both like, okay, you pregnant, we gonna take care of the baby. Y'all, I promise y'all, he showed no signs that he didn't want the baby. He never told me to get an abortion. So, bitch, at this point, y'all, I was happy. I'm like, bitch, I got me a nigga who's single. He take care of his kids. And I'm pregnant. And he ain't telling me to get rid of baby. And we venting to each other. We going out. We having a good time. Like, what? Okay, y'all. I'm thinking I'm doing the do. I'm thinking I got me one, y'all. I was so motherfucking happy, y'all. Yes, I was so happy, y'all. I was so happy, y'all. So, you know, he like, oh, let's schedule an appointment, y'all. So I scheduled an appointment to go see the doctor. They gave me an ultrasound and everything, y'all. When I tell y'all I had my boy, and when I tell y'all I cried, y'all wouldn't believe. When the man put the stuff on my stomach and was going around, and he said, what you hoping to have? And I said, I want a girl. And y'all, that doctor said, well, congratulations, because you having a girl. I promise y'all, I started crying instantly. I was so happy, y'all, because that's all I ever wanted. I was like, you know what? When I have kids, I'm going to just have me a boy and a girl. And if I don't have a boy and a girl, if I have two boys, I'm going to try again till I get a girl. Like, I always said I wanted a boy and a girl. So I was happy when the doctor told me that it was a girl. And at that moment when I was doing my ultrasound, he was not there. He was not there at the doctor's appointment. So I'm calling him, y'all. I'm sending him pictures of the ultrasound. He ain't answering. He ain't doing none of that shit, y'all. Y'all know.
Red flag number 2. Number 1 was when he was freely and randomly coming to your house, and then you're not talking to him or seeing him in days. Like, not even a text message. Like, okay, like something not right. But number 2 was when he didn't even show up to the appointment but pretended to be excited. Like, that's crazy work.
Y'all know that part had me boiling, but the fact that I found out that it was a girl, I was so happy, y'all. I was too goddamn happy. So mind y'all, I leave the doctor and everything. This nigga still ain't hit me back. The next day came, he still ain't hit me back. So that following day, he ended up calling my phone. I'm telling him about the ultrasound. I sent him the pictures. He like, oh, so you having a girl? I'm like, yeah, I'm having a girl. I'm happy. Like, he like, oh, damn, I got all boys. So I'm like, y'all, now I'm really motherfucking happy now. Cause he done told me he had all boys, and I'm thinking like, this the first daughter?
That's where he got it at. He gave her the big head, like, oh yeah, this gonna be the first, yeah, this his first girl, like this my first girl, like, yeah, it gave her the big head, but technically, baby, she should have ran.
First daughter, okay, I'm popping my big one. Cause y'all, I got my son, and that's my baby daddy first son. That's his daddy first son. My son dad, that's his first son. So I'm like, okay, this nigga, this his first daughter. So I'm like, okay, shit, I'm fucking with it, y'all. So as days begin to pass, y'all, mind y'all, like I said, he used to come and go still. Even after he found out that I was pregnant, he still used to come and go. And I'm talking about, y'all, I used to cook, clean. I'm talking about, I used to do everything for this nigga. Like, he was really my nigga. Mind y'all, we still never made anything official. We still never had made anything official. I was just pregnant and we was still kicking it, y'all. So yeah, we was still kicking it or whatever the case may be, y'all. So y'all, one day we was at my house and we was so tired, y'all. We end up falling asleep, y'all. Mind y'all, we in the bed, we knocked out sleep. I end up getting up to use the bathroom. So I got up to use the bathroom. So when I get up to use the bathroom, I always grab my phone. Like, I don't know nobody that, when I get up, I grab my phone. So I get up, I grab my phone, and I go to the bathroom. Because when I'm on the toilet, I'm going to be on my phone. So, y'all, I see I had a missed call. Mind y'all, it's during the day, and we fucking sleep. So, I had missed calls, but I ain't answer it. Y'all, it was a voicemail on my phone. Mind y'all, he sleep. I'm in the bathroom. It was a voicemail on my phone, y'all. Y'all wouldn't believe the fucking voicemail that I got, bro. Bro, I clicked the voicemail. I'm listening to it. The voicemail, oh my God, y'all. The voicemail was so fucking shocking. So fucking shocking. The voicemail said, well, hey, Shay. This G girlfriend, his baby mama, and I'm pregnant right now. I see y'all having a good motherfucker time.
I knew it. I knew he had a family elsewhere. I knew it. There's no way he was getting ghosts, not coming over, not texting, not responding for days and then come over. I knew it.
Time together and all this, girl, oh my God, y'all, she had done left me a whole paragraph. So as I'm listening, my heart drops, because you're supposed to be single and you've been over here, keep coming back and forth, you spending nights. So how in the fuck do you have a bitch? How the fuck do you have time for a bitch when you're constantly coming over here, constantly spending the night?
He definitely had a lot of time. He was going ghost for days. Like, he had time. And obviously she can't stop him or control him. So that's how he was staying over your house, and he just go back and hear her mouth. Like,
spending the night, constantly going out with me. Like, y'all, I was devastated when I heard that goddamn voicemail. When I heard that voicemail, y'all, I woke his ass up instantly. So mind y'all, I called the lady back.
At this point, get up. Why you sleep? Let's talk about it. Why you sleep?
I called the number back. Yes, I did, y'all. I called the number back. I sure did. I said, hello. Oh, yeah. I said, well, this Shay, you just called my phone. She was like, oh, this such and such baby mama. I'm just here to let you know that I'm pregnant and he ain't going nowhere. I said, I did. I said, well, that makes the two of us, because I'm pregnant too, and I'm 3 months, and I'm not getting rid of my baby. So she was like, oh, bitch, he ain't taking care of nobody else's kids. We've been together 10 years. Y'all know I was hurt. 10 years. 10 fucking years. And this nigga is in and out my house, sleeping with me.
Oh yeah, he been doing that to her, and literally she don't care. Like she said, she was dead serious.
He got me pregnant, and y'all was together for 10 fucking years. Y'all, that made me feel so shitty, look so stupid, and I was so goddamn embarrassed. But bitch, I'm a Virgo. I was standing on business. What was done has already been done. I'm pregnant. I'm not gonna have an abortion because I found out that you have a girlfriend. So I'm giving you an option. You can either walk away and leave me alone right now and take care of your responsibilities when they get here, or we can figure this shit out. Y'all. So he's telling me, oh, we're gonna have the baby. Oh, she is pregnant, but why wouldn't you tell me that? First of all, you told me you were single. Oh, I am single. I'm not with her. I broke up, so you got her pregnant. She already got, the lady said, oh, we got 5 kids together. 5? So y'all got 4 and she's pregnant with 1 and I'm pregnant. So that means my baby the 6th. Oh, I feel even stupid. So y'all, as he was trying to explain himself, I just, at that point, I was devastated. I was hurt. Because, you know, when you like somebody and you thinking it's one thing and it's not that. So now you hurt. I didn't even want him around me at that point. He had to go from around me, y'all. So I end up telling him to leave, whatever the case may be. As y'all females know, yes, the baby mama kept trolling me. She kept texting me, oh, ho, he ain't taking care of that baby. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, y'all stay tuned for part 3.
Honey, you should, all of that in 3 months. Like, that is crazy. First of all, like, why is you calling? Check that man. At the same time, you being stupid by calling this woman, telling her that y'all been together for 10 years and he ain't going nowhere. He not going nowhere. That's what you literally said to her. You call another woman that's messing with your man to tell her you're not going anywhere. Makes you look stupid. You might as well didn't even call a woman. You might as well didn't call her and tell her anything. Because, like you said, you're not going nowhere. So, obviously, the conversation was a waste of time at this point. It was a waste of time. To me, it was a waste of time.
With part 3 on how my baby daddy unalived my daughter. First thing first, I'm gonna bounce back to part 2 because I seen some of y'all comments was asking me about the ultrasound. Here's my daughter ultrasound. As you can see at the top, my name, it tells you I was 21 weeks. It says I'm a girl right there. I'm gonna pull it back. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly. There she is right there. As you can see, it's kind of old because, like I said, this is from 2017, 2018. I was pregnant, got pregnant in 2017 and had her in 2018. Okay, y'all. Also, here's a picture of her. Her name is Ariana, and I was calling her Ari. That was my name for her, Ari. Okay, also, here's her footprints. And as y'all can see, she was born March 1st, 2018. Okay, so this right here that I'm going to show y'all is personal. So I'm not going to put it all out there, but I'm going to let y'all see. This is a death certificate. As y'all can see the top, it says death certificate. This is her death certificate. And also I have this what is this called? An autopsy. This is her autopsy, and you can see her name, Ariana Hawkins, medical examiner. And also I have her obituary. As y'all can see, she was born in 2018. Okay, so y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into story time part 3. Excuse the tears. We're gonna go ahead and get into story time part 3. Okay, y'all, I did say that I want.
She is really strong. Like, to get on social media and show proof that she literally had a daughter that passed away, like, she gotta be strong. Cause baby, if you don't believe me, don't watch the video. Don't watch the story time if you don't believe me. Like, cause, whew, Jesus, you gotta have strength.
I wanted him to leave. Okay, yeah. Story time part 3. I did say that when I found out that he had a girlfriend and she was pregnant, and so it's like we both was pregnant at the same time. So y'all, that was hurtful. I was hurt. So yeah, I was hurt. You know, like at that point, I just didn't want him around me or in my house or nothing like that. So eventually, I continued on living my life, being pregnant. You know, because I was not getting rid of no baby. Like I said before, I didn't believe in having abortions and stuff like that. So we're gonna fast forward the story on when I had the baby. Okay, I had my baby. I had an early labor. Let's get to that. I had an early labor. My baby was born at 7 months. Yes, she was very preemie, very small. So y'all, I had an early labor. I began to go in labor, down, whatever it is. I began to have the baby. So my baby was born with jaundice. If you know what that means, when your eyes are like yellowish and stuff like that. So she couldn't go home in 3 days. She had to stay in the NICU. So eventually I was just going back and forth, changing her, feeding her, you know, spending time with her until she was able to come home. So eventually I reached out to her dad. I'm like, hey, the baby's born, da 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 da. Boom. Yes, y'all, he was not there at the labor. He was not there. He was not there at the labor. So that yes, that hurt it as well. So he ended up saying, yeah, I'll come see the baby or whatever. So y'all, eventually he came to see the baby. He was like, oh, she have a lot of hair, she look like me. He's saying all this stuff, da da da. So boom, we end up going home. We was talking. I was asking him, what is it we're gonna do? He was like, oh, I'm gonna take care of my baby for sure. So yeah, I kept coming out there, seeing my daughter or whatever, supporting her, whatever. So eventually she did come home, or whatever the case may be. She came home, and I was taking care of her. Like, he was doing his part. I used to go to work, y'all. I used to leave her with him. Mine, y'all, had a son too, so he was around my son as well. Like, I used to leave them with him. Like, he used to make sure they was straight. Like, when I'm at work, he used to watch them. When I come home, either he'll chill or he'll just get up and leave. It was just like that, like a normal thing like going on. But still, y'all, he was not my man. We still didn't make it official. Let's keep that in the bud. And also, I seen a comment when somebody said, how did she get your number? Y'all, those people was together 10 years. You don't think she was going through his phone? You don't think she was paying attention to him? I know I would, dating the man 10 years.
Most definitely, she definitely was. Like, some questions ain't even need to ask, but sometimes you do, because if he was playing in her face all of these years, 9 times out of 10, she was on it. And she was trying to find some receipts or something all the time, only to not go nowhere, which is crazy to me. But 9 times out of 10, she probably already was able to get in his stuff.
Dating the man 10 years. I mean, you should have that bond where you don't have to go through their phone. But back to the story. So, y'all, eventually we were still doing that, taking care of the baby. So, like I said, I was going to work. He would stay, come over, watch the kids for me. He'll spend the night. Like, he was still doing all this stuff, y'all. So, one day I was off, and we was in there watching a movie, y'all. We was in there watching a movie, or whatever the case may be. So, once we watching the movie, I end up going outside. So, when I go outside, y'all, I see my neighbor outside. So I run across the street to talk to my neighbor. Y'all, I had some cool ass neighbors. Like, the street that I stay on was dope. Everybody was caring. Everybody looked out for each other. Everybody, we woke up like, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. Stuff like that. So, y'all, I went and spoke to my neighbor. I'm across the street with my neighbor. We chatting it up. Y'all, so, mind y'all, I'm right across the street. My house right here, they house right here. All I gotta do is run across the street. So, y'all, I look across at my house. I see, y'all wouldn't believe what I see. I see his baby mama with some other girl walking up to my front door. Mind y'all, they ain't had seen me coming, standing across the street. So as I see them coming to my door, now I'm walking across the street. I said, excuse me. And the other girl, not the baby mama, the other girl was like, where my uncle at? And I said, yo, uncle. And then she said, yo, where my auntie baby daddy at? And I said, oh, he in the house. Y'all, I'm a Virgo. I said, oh, he in the house. He in there with the kids.
Your uncle, your auntie baby daddy, is that her husband? Your uncle, girl?
He in there with the kids. Mind y'all, got a newborn baby. My son in there. He in the house with the kids. Y'all, I goes in the house to get him. Y'all, why them hoes threw a brick and bust my motherfucking window? Like a brick and bust my motherfucking window. And y'all know it already be hard to get a place out here nowadays. It be hard, and these people don't barely even be want to rent to young people. So now you don't bust my window. Now I gotta deal with my landlord. I gotta explain how my window get bust now, and I gotta pay for that shit. 9 times out of 10 it's gonna go on my rent. So y'all, I'm mad about that shit.
Girl, she better than me, because when they walked up to her house, I would have been like, what's up? Like, why y'all coming here? Like, what y'all want to do? Because at this point, my kids are in that motherfucking house, and y'all coming over here to do what? I'm confused.
Shit. I'm like, this bitch just bust my window. I go outside, y'all. I'm ready to bump now. Like, what's up? Like, let me get that. I need that. So, by the time I make it outside, y'all, them hoes gone. So the whole time, y'all ain't even come around here for him. Y'all just came around here to fuck with me. I mean, like, damn. Like, you that fucking mad. You came around here with another woman to bust out my window. But y'all, long story short, okay, I end up telling him, man, that window got to be fixed.
That window got to be fixed. You got to fix it.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shay Love, and I'm back with my story time. But first thing first, I just want to tell y'all, when I got on here to tell my story, I wasn't doing this for clout or to be trolling nobody. You know, this my life. This something that I went through, something that I learned from. You know, like, so, and like I said before, this is my first time doing this or story time or whatever. So if it's anything that I'm missing or misunderstanding, like, y'all feel free to inbox me and tell me, hey, you forgot to do this, do that. You know, don't get on here and say, oh, she lying, she trolling, because for me to be able to get on here and talk about me losing my daughter, that just let me know that I'm growing from where I came from. Not to get on here.
First of all, she showed receipts, her ultrasounds, the baby obituary, like a picture of the, like, y'all just do too much. Like, what somebody got to do to prove that something is real? I get it. It's a lot of people that's making up stories just for the money and just to be seen and just to hit numbers. But there's people that, these are people's stories for real. And by you coming up here telling your story and have grown and able to tell your story, is helping out other moms that had to go through somebody harming their child, taking their child off this earth, stuff like that. So this might help another mother cope, or this might be her counseling. Like, what?
Not to get on here to get money or gifts or followers. Like, this is something that I wanted to do because y'all, like, I really never got a chance to actually talk to somebody about how I felt, about how I'm feeling today, or like even moving forward, what was my next step. Like, it was hard for me. And even after the situation, the judges did say we recommend counseling for her. She's gonna need counseling. At that point, y'all, I denied counseling because at that moment, all I was thinking about was my baby gone. All I ever wanted was a girl and a boy, and he took that from me. Like, an innocent child, who would get on here and tell a whole lie about a baby? You know what I mean? So, like, I just want support. Like, y'all comment how y'all feel. I'm not judgmental. Like I said, I'm a Virgo. If I feel like you out of pocket, yeah, I might say something, or I might just block you. But positive comments, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all condolences. Thank y'all, and thank y'all to the people who said it's gonna be okay. But really deep down inside, it's not gonna be okay. Losing your child, that hurt you to the core. Like, nothing else in this world can hurt you worse than you losing your child. And can't nobody tell you your story. Can't nobody tell you how to grieve. Can't nobody tell you nothing when you lost your whole child. Somebody you carry. I ain't carry her for 9 months because she was preemie. I carried her for 7 months in my stomach. I was happy to push her out, have her. And then I had a natural birth, y'all. I didn't even have an epidural. If I'm saying it wrong, excuse me. I didn't have one of those. I just literally pushed her out. I was in that much pain. I just literally went ahead and just pushed her out, y'all. It hurted so bad. So to go through all that pain and then to lose your child in this type of situation that I'm about to tell y'all in part 4, like, it's like really crazy to me. It really hurt me. I still grieve to this day, y'all. Like, to this day, it still hurt me. And can't nobody on this earth, if you lost your child, tell you how to feel, man. Can't nobody tell you how to feel about nothing. But y'all stay tuned for part 4. I got y'all.
Oh my God, like, she is so right. And it is sad that people be so judgmental or like say the stupidest stuff when people literally trying to find a way to heal, when people trying to find a way to grow. Like, this woman lost her daughter and she's coming to social media telling you guys, because it's a lot of mamas and fathers that are losing their children, you know, by the hands of somebody they trusted or should have taken care of them. Like, it was their job to make sure that they were safe. Like, let's be real.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shay, and I'm back with Storytime Part 4. But before I get in Storytime Part 4, exactly what happened to my daughter, I just want to say, you know, anybody that has things negative to say or wants to comment, laughing faces and stuff, you can keep that to yourself, please. Please keep it to yourself, because I don't find anything funny about nothing I said. About anything bad that happens to a child, it shouldn't never be funny, especially to people that has their own kids. People has been inboxing me, people has been commenting, laughing faces. Like, I just want to tell y'all, like, saying bad and negative stuff to me is not gonna hurt me worse than losing my child. So, like, you just really wasting your time bothering me. But y'all, we gonna go ahead and get into Storytime Part 4, y'all. Okay, I remember this day, y'all, like it happened yesterday. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. It was November 22nd, 2018, y'all. On that day, November 22nd, 2018, it was Thanksgiving Day on that day. If you go back in your calendars and you see November 22nd, 2018, that was Thanksgiving Day. Okay, mind y'all, on Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving Day, my neighbor had asked me, did I want to have Thanksgiving with them, just me and my 2 kids, and I agreed. And she asked, can they use my oven, because their oven had went out. So I agreed to let them use the oven as well. So y'all, Thanksgiving, November 22nd, 2018. Mind y'all, only the oven was supposed to be used in my house, because they was cooking on their stove tops and only using my oven. That's the only thing that was turned on in my house. Okay, y'all. That day I woke up. It was me and my kids. I got them, you know, I bathed them, got them dressed and everything. My neighbor needed to use the oven, so they had seasoned turkey, brought it over to my house, stuck it in the oven. It was cooking. You know, me and my kids, we put on clothes and we went over to the neighbor's house. We was chilling with them, y'all. Just, you know, enjoying Thanksgiving, listening to music, the adults having their drinks and stuff like that, y'all. So, y'all, as the food was cooking, we was talking or whatever. That day, November 22nd, 2018, my daughter's father called my phone, y'all. He had said to me, hey, what's up? Can I see my daughter today? I was like, yeah, cool. You could come see the baby today. Y'all, I'm not gonna, even though, like, we ain't never, you know, make it as a couple, I'm not gonna take somebody's child away from them if they want to see their child. So I always said, yeah. Mind y'all, I did tell y'all in the previous story, he used to watch my kids while I go to work and everything, so it was never a problem with him coming to see his child. I said, yeah, you could come see the baby. He said, okay, I'm gonna let you know when I get there. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all, mind y'all, I'm drinking, I'm partying with the neighbors or whatever the case may be. So probably like 45 minutes later, he called me and said he was outside, y'all. This when the story get like, I'm losing my voice talking. This is when the story get like really, really shocking, y'all. Like really hurtful, really shocking, like really fucking annoying. Y'all, when he got there, y'all, he called my phone. He said, I'm outside. Where you at? Y'all, Mind y'all, I'm across the street to my neighbor house, and I stayed on the other side of the street. Me and both of my kids is over there. We enjoying our Thanksgiving. We listening to music, y'all. I got me a drink. I done hit me a little blunt. You know, like everybody enjoying time, good times. It's Thanksgiving Day, and then I ain't had no plans on cooking, so I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna vibe with the neighbors. They good to my kids. They always play with my son, and you know, like hold my daughter and stuff like that. So y'all, back to the story time. My bad for that. Okay, so y'all, me and the neighbors, we having a good time. So he had done end up calling me, y'all. He like, oh, I'm outside. So I'm like, okay, you outside, I'm coming. Mind y'all, my neighbor daughter used to love my daughter. Like, if my neighbors was sitting right here, y'all, everybody on that block could vouch for my story. Even if they see my TikTok, I know they probably do see it, and they know the story real. But y'all, I goes and get my daughter from my neighbor. She's playing with her. She's like, oh, she's good, I got her. I'm like, no, her dad is here to see her. I grabbed my daughter, y'all. This was the worst thing I ever did. The worst day of my fucking life. Something I wish I would have just told him, no, you can't see her. I just wish God would have done that on me, and I would have told him no. But I ended up letting him see her. He came over. Y'all, I grabbed my daughter from my neighbor. I was taking her across the street to him. My son say, Mom, where y'all going? I said, her dad want to come see her. He said, I want to come too. So I let him come as well, y'all. Oh my God. Y'all, I let him come as well. When I let him come as well, y'all, me and the kids, we walking back across the street. I hand him the baby. He grabbed my daughter. He like, hey, mama, like, you know, playing with the baby. So, y'all, I'm drinking and stuff like that. So my son like, oh, can I stay with him too? So I was like, sure, you could stay in the house with him too. So mind y'all, I left both of my kids in the house with him. I went back across the street with my neighbors. Yes, y'all, the worst mistake I ever did. Sometimes I beat myself up and be like, damn, if only I would have did this, if only I would have said this, you know, stuff like that, y'all. But
how could you? You thought you was passing your daughter to somebody that's supposed to love, protect, and care for her. Like, how could you be like, oh no, he never gave you signs to not trust him. So, you know, why would you doubt that he won't take care of your daughter once you pass your daughter to him? But the son is not his child. So, like, y'all, I'm listening.
I just pray about it, take one day at a time. But, y'all, I end up going back across the street, and that's the worst thing I ever could have did. That's the worst thing I ever could have did, y'all. It's taking so much out of me to just tell a story. So, y'all, I went back across the street or whatever, right? I'm drinking, y'all. I'm smoking. Man, y'all, I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying my Thanksgiving. Y'all, I promise you, I gave this man my baby and went back across the street. Like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, he was like, he called my phone. I'm like, hello? He's like, oh, she boo-booed everywhere. Come change her. Mind y'all, I'm like I said, I'm having a good time. So I'm like, why don't you just change her? Like, just change her pamper. He was like, all right. Boom. Y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I needed a moment of silence. It's not easy telling this story.
This gotta be hard for her. Like, she's struggling. Like, she have to be brave to be doing this. Like, ooh.
Easy telling this story. So, y'all, he like, all right. So I'm like, okay. I hung up the phone. Mind y'all, after I told him okay, I hung up the phone. Then, like 10 minutes later, I saw him run out the back door, and he had something white in his hand. I called him like, what you doing? He like, oh, I went to throw the pamper away. I'm like, okay. Boom, I left it alone. He like, go back in the house. Oh, screaming. I hear screaming. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, man. Just come here, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I run in the house, y'all. Y'all would have never imagined how I saw my fucking daughter, y'all. Whole body from here all the way down to her little vagina, her hand, her feet, her legs burnt, scar burnt. They said that he had boiled hot water and stuck the child in the boiling water. Y'all, when I seen my baby, all her skin was coming off, y'all. I'm talking about it was so bad, all her meat.
I'm starting to think he planned that. Because ain't no way in the world, like, he didn't already have that in mind. He didn't already decide to do something to that little girl. Like, and nowadays, these motherfuckers killing their own children because of another woman. All because the woman that he with mad and pissed about this baby. Like, he premeditated that. It gotta be. Like, what other explanation?
Oh, and she had been crying when he had called me, because when I got in there, she was in shock, y'all. She was in shock. I called the police. I attacked him while calling the police, y'all. He had to go, y'all. Stay tuned, y'all. Y'all stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's your girl Shay Love, and I'm back with story time. If this the first time that I'm popping up on your page, what's up? Okay, y'all, story time on how my baby dad unalived my daughter. Okay, I'm gonna rewind back a little bit because I didn't tell you guys how my daughter's funeral went. And I just skipped to the part where he went to jail after my baby passed. So I'm gonna give you guys a little touch on how her funeral went. The funeral.
And y'all, for some reason, that video I couldn't find. Maybe it was taken down. Like, I don't know what happened to that part, but this is the next part that I found.
It went okay. It was very heartbreaking just to see like a little small casket because she was only 9 months. I didn't have much support. I had support from my sisters. They was supporting me. They came to the funeral. They helped me create the obituaries. They wrote poems. They put pictures inside the obituaries. You know, they was there for me. Unfortunately, my mom, which is my daughter's grandmother, she did not attend the funeral for whatever personal reasons she had with my other sister. They was not getting along at the time. But at that time, y'all, you want people to put away their problems and support you. Be there for you. Especially, you're my mom. I needed a hug. I needed somebody to talk to. I needed somebody to tell me that they love me, that it was going to be okay, even though we know it weren't. You know? So y'all, at that time that I was going through my daughter death, I had to deal with that my own mother did not support me through nothing. She didn't come to the repast, the funeral, just because she said that my sister was going to be there. But y'all, come on. Put aside the negativity and support. You have to support people. You cannot worry about someone else when it's not about them. It's about me and my child. So yeah, y'all, that did hurt me. And to this day, like, you know, I did tell her, I'm like, Mom, you know, if you don't come to my daughter's funeral, I'm not talking to you ever again. Like, and she made her decision. She still didn't come, or whatever the case may be, y'all. I did not talk to her after that for a little while. And then eventually, you know, I forgave her. I started back talking to her. And then she just did some other foul things that we will get into later. Where that's just for another story, y'all. This thing is going to be about my life. So you guys going to be hearing a lot of stuff. But back to my daughter. Yeah, as we did the funeral, you know, after the funeral, the pastor came to me and he said to me, he said, I'm going to tell you this. When I was doing your baby, getting her ready, it broke me to my heart. He said he had stayed up all night fixing on my daughter's body, and he had told me, he said, whoever did this, it was intentionally, like it was coming from a very evil person. And y'all, that made me feel like, damn, like people really fucking know that you are so fucking evil that you did this to a child. So y'all,
Gotta be. What other explanation do you have to harm a child? Someone that God put on this earth to give sunshine, give joy, make happiness, grow up, grow older, like potentially graduate from high school, go to college, make the parents proud. Like, why would you do this to a child? Only other explanation I got is because that other girl, the 10-year relationship, was in his ear. Crazy that you will allow somebody to even put shit in your mind to do something to your own flesh and blood.
So y'all, after the funeral and everything, y'all know he was in jail, so I still had to attend trial. I was going to trial, y'all, by myself against this man. Like, no family, no friends, no support. Like, so like I had my days where I was scared because his family used to send me like oh my gosh. I used to go through a lot, but I stayed strong.
Who supports somebody like that? Family, brother, cousin, auntie, father, sister. I don't give a fuck who it is. Anybody that harms a child like that should be correct. Like, who's supporting? I'm not even gonna go to court and watch your fucking court case. Then your own flesh. Not only a child, your own flesh. People.
I had faith, and I was going to them court dates, y'all, by myself because I wanted justice for my baby. And I still feel like I didn't really even get justice for my baby because the time that they gave him, y'all, ain't no way. And they said the amount of time that they gave him is because when they okay, y'all, when CPS did get involved, you know, CPS drug test both of us. I had marijuana in my system because I smoke weed and weed only. They said that he had marijuana and cocaine in his system, and he was on those Molly things. They asked me after they drug test us. This even makes me look shittier now because you're on drugs and I had no idea. So now the judge is like, when we go to court, they're like, ma'am, you had no idea that he was on drugs when you brought, like, again, I had to say, Your Honor, he was not my boyfriend. He would come see me and he would go. So I had no idea that he was doing those drugs. When he would come around me, he would smoke cigarettes, y'all. I don't smoke nothing but weed, so I wouldn't know the different smell or anything. It would just probably be an off, but I wouldn't know directly that, oh, he's on cocaine. That's somebody that does that would know that, hey, he's on that shit. Like, but and then he's not around me constantly every day for me to know. Like, living together, then you can say, hey, she knew. But like, no, what the hell? I don't date no man that's on no cocaine, no drugs type shit. And that's why he had to hide it from me, because I'm not that girl.
And it was easy for him to hide because he didn't live with her. He would come and go days at a time. Like, so of course, like, she's not gonna know this.
I don't be in the streets. I'm home. I take care of my business. I go to work, y'all. I do my big one. I got my place. I be chilling. I don't be on that or out in the streets. So I had no idea that he was on drugs. So they was like, do you know that he had cocaine and stuff in his system? I was like, no. I explained to them that. And then the lady was like, well, he's on drugs, and I guess they was trying to say, since he was on the drugs, that mean he wasn't in his right state of mind at the time that happened to my baby, y'all. So y'all know now that they saying that he was on drugs, and it's not something that
Who said that? A lawyer? his lawyer.
He was in his right state of mind. They saying that, oh, we can't charge him with murder. We have to charge him with manslaughter. They charged him with manslaughter, y'all. Manslaughter, because they're saying when you're not in your right mind, it's an accident.
The courts will literally fail you. The justice system will fail the shit out of you, especially us. They will fail us and don't look back.
It's an accident, I guess. I don't know, y'all. This was my first time going through court against somebody, and they was just explaining to me how it works inside the court. So, y'all, I'm like, okay, first they was talking about giving him just years in prison or whatever. Like, I think they was trying to say they offered him 12 years in prison. And I went to court and I'm telling them like, hey, like 12 years? If that was somebody else, you guys wouldn't gave them fucking 12 years, bro. That was a 9-month-old baby, guys. Like a 9-month-old baby can't walk, can't talk, can't even tell you that you're fucking burning her, bro. And you're gonna give this man 12 years, y'all? 12 fucking years, and that's not even a fucking catch, y'all. When we went back to court, the time went down. Y'all, they end up giving the fucking man 8 years in prison, bro. Because they said he was on drugs. He wasn't in his right state of mind. It's manslaughter. They give him 8 years in prison.
What? 8 years for this? Man, 8 years. This is a failure. This is a whole slap in the face. A mother lost her child. This was planned. And 9 times out of 10, he probably looked it up. Like, how can I get less time for taking a life? Something. He did. Like, there's no way. There's no way. He planned this.
5 years probation. When he get out, he's on 5 years probation. Community control, anger management, and I have a lifetime restraining order on him. He cannot come around me or my son. If he get caught near me or my son when he gets out, he goes back to prison and do whatever time that they really wanted to give him. So y'all, I just feel like the court failed me. The state attorneys failed me, because come on, you guys are women. And then the judge, like, come on, 8 years? What the fuck is 8 years, y'all? That happened 6-7 years ago. So this man eventually is finna get out. He gets out next year. He gets out next year, you guys. Like, bro, this is so much for me. Like, basically, I lost my daughter, my son, going to his dad, and then you're only getting 8 years, followed by probation, community control, anger management, and a lifetime restraining order. Bro, where is the fucking support? What happened to the fucking system, y'all? What fucking happened to the system? If it was somebody else's baby, he probably would have got death row or life. But it's because of me, and I'm going to court by myself, fighting for myself. He only gets 8 years in prison, guys. And it was temporarily not his fault because he was unstable. What type of shit is that, y'all? The system is bullshit. They failed me. They really fucking failed me, y'all. All of them fucking failed me. Even the fucking hospital calling me on the phone, oh, my child passed away. You're not supposed to tell me that shit. Hey, y'all, it's your girl Shay, and I'm back with story time. Hey, I saw somebody say in the comments, I'm so sick of you saying y'all. I'm talking to millions, thousands, hundreds of people. So I have to say y'all. I can't say, girl, you know, because, boy, that just don't sound right. So when I'm talking to a lot of people, it's going to be y'all, y'all, y'all. I'm sorry if y'all don't understand me. This is my first story that I have gotten out. And I really appreciate y'all for taking time to write me and understand me. Because, like, y'all, I really have nobody to talk to. I really be bored. If I'm not at work, I'm home, bored. So, like,
I really appreciate y'all. And in the comments, people was asking me if I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Sometimes I be okay when I drink my wine. I be chilling. But I get depressed a lot. I'm very bipolar. So I'm always kind of alone by myself, which is not good at all. But I see y'all comments. I appreciate y'all. And I love y'all because y'all love me and y'all showing me support. And I want y'all to just like follow my journey. Be here with me. Know more about my life. Like, I've been through a lot, y'all. Not just losing the baby. I've been in foster care. I've been abused mentally, physically, emotionally. I had no support growing up. I still have no support. To this day, I go on every day of my life, you know, just taking care of me, getting up every day, making sure I eat, making sure I look good, making sure my bills are paid. Like, y'all, just follow me, support me. A listening ear is always appreciated for me. I really appreciate people that I can just come and talk to y'all. I don't even know y'all, and I'm just coming to blurt out my life to y'all. I know it's a lot, and it's probably like overwhelming, but I really, really, really appreciate y'all for supporting me, for being here with me, for listening to my story, for not judging me on the mistakes that I did make in my life. So I really appreciate y'all. And if you're going through something right now, just give it to God. That's all I'm going to tell you. Stay strong, have faith, have confidence in yourself. Love yourself. When you start loving on you, you start feeling different. You start appreciating life more and more and more. When you start loving on you, support yourself, uplift yourself, be kind to people, learn to give more than receiving more. Because guess what? It's always a blessing when you're giving, when you're giving, when you're giving. God is going to bless you. God is going to show you that you are somebody. And I want everybody to know that you are somebody. Support yourself, have faith, believe in yourself. Hey y'all, it's your girl Shay, and I'm back with story time. Somebody in the comments had asked me, did my son get taken away from me? Yeah, at the time they did tell me to give my son to his dad for temporary, but no, my son dad does not have full custody over him. He do not. We are currently co-parenting, and you know, like when I first was going through it with my daughter situation, me and my son daddy, we wasn't getting along. So I thought at that point he was gonna try to take like full advantage and try to get my son, but he didn't. He didn't. He just told them that he felt like I should be doing counseling and therapy and stuff. And then, like I told y'all, when my daughter first passed away, I was smoking a lot of weed, y'all. Like, I still smoke weed now, but I was smoking a lot of weed, y'all. So I had lost a lot of weight. I was stressing. I was depressed. So at that time, they felt like my son would be good with his father, and so I could get myself together. They wanted me to do counseling. I denied counseling and stuff. Because like I said before, at that time, I didn't feel like talking to nobody, because every time you talk to somebody, they just ask you the same questions, what happened, and then I have to reminisce the whole situation all over again. So yeah, my son was placed with his dad temporarily, but now today, my son is 11, and me and his dad, we have joint custody. So yeah, we share custody. So he do stuff and I do stuff. But at this moment right now, as we speak, he's with his dad. He's with his dad, y'all. He's actually doing good, because when it happened to my daughter, the judge did give my son counseling. He had counseling. they gave him counseling. So because he was waking up out his sleep, y'all, my son was inside that apartment when that happened to my daughter. So y'all, he definitely was in the need of therapy and stuff. Yes, his dad definitely made sure that he had therapy and stuff. So
y'all, she is a really strong person. Listen to me saying y'all too. Now she got me saying y'all. But she's a really strong person. Like any mother that goes through this type of loss and goes through loss period with her child, like, deserves some type of trophy for being so brave to stand up and talk about the experience, the hurt, the pain, especially if they're refusing counseling. I think that anybody that go through something like this definitely need counseling, especially if they saw their child in this state, in this predicament. Like, no words can ever explain the hurt and pain of loss. At the end of the day, I'm happy that her son and her son's father and her was able to co-parent to where the dad was able to put him in counseling and get him the resources also to talk about what he heard and saw in the house. Cause that little boy heard that baby screaming. Let's be honest. Like, he heard that little baby screaming. And plus, like, her experience of him coming out yelling and her going over there, like, just tore me to pieces. So I know when she saw that and going through this experience, tore her up. This is heartbreaking. To only get 8 years for killing your child. And the defense was because he was on drugs. But any other time, any other day, he's able to cope being on these same drugs to the point where she didn't even notice that he was on half that stuff, even though he was skipping days coming to see her. But when he was in her presence, she didn't notice. That day, she didn't notice. That's crazy work. I feel like you do the crime, you do the time. And unfortunately, justice did not serve for that baby. They didn't. They just try to hurry up and get it over with. Basically, like, here, get out my face. And for the hospital to call her and tell her, oh, devastating. Devastating. Y'all, she got more stuff about this situation. She has more stories. So drop down in the comment section. The description in her TikTok will be in the description. And remember that every reaction video I do, the person's channel or TikTok will be in the description. So go and support them, listen to more of their stories, or, you know, whatever you want to do. You guys, if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe to this channel. Join the family. We definitely have enough room over here. Hit that subscribe button. If you are returning, you know how we like to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.